What's up, y'all? Quick update on my life, just in case you was wondering. All right, so a few videos ago, I told y'all how much my life sucked and how I hated my job and stuff like that. And that's probably not the first time I said I hated my job. This job was like something that I was gonna do like for convenience. It was gonna be so. If you guys remember, like one of my first few videos when I was talking about buying a car, I told y'all that I had already had the money. That's because I did. And I have a savings. This job was so that I can not have to touch my savings and live off the money that I get from my job and invest my savings into my company. But since I hated it so much, I sat down and I thought about it. I'd rather live off of my savings for a little while and not go to that place because it's a fucking waste of my time. Seriously. So, what changes did I make? I ended up I told y'all that I was working on some things, and I told you about getting fired on my first day at a car dealership, and it was a used car dealership. I thought that the situation would be good because I could just work there part-time on my off days. But then I started walking into new car dealerships. Once dude let me down, the second day that I was supposed to work with him, which was like Wednesday or something, I ended up having an interview at Mercedes-Benz, and it was straight. I saw the type of salesman that they want there. They want guys who are older, like 30, 40 years old. The youngest guy was probably late 30s. So I kind of didn't have a shot, mainly because of my age, probably because of my experience in sales too. But I've been an entrepreneur. And what happened after that is I just started stumbling into new car dealerships. I got a few offers, like it was crazy how they'd offer me jobs right on the spot. But then I realized that's the car business. It's since it's such a dog-eat-dog commission-based business, it's basically if you want to come work. But shit, you on your own. You got to figure it out one way or another, And if they throw you to the wolves and shit, if you want to make some money, then you got to hustle for it. And I like that type of environment, actually. It's a little aggressive, so it reminded me of being back home in Chicago, and it's like running a business. I get a percentage of every sale, and I've accepted one because it was the best situation. So I got offers from like Dodge and Toyota gave me the two offers on the spot, and those are the only two that I really went into. And after I went into Toyota and did my research, I decided that I ain't need to go into anymore. What happens is, I work there. I haven't started yet. I'll start like early November. But I'll work there. I'll get 20% of the sale. Almost. I'll get 20% of the profit on the sale. So what happens is, the company will buy the car from Toyota for a price. They'll hike up the price because of course, they have to pay for shipment of the vehicle. They have to pay for a lot of stuff. They have to pay for their location in order for you to get the vehicle, the service that they give you just to get the vehicle. There's a lot of stuff that they have to pay for. So they hike up the price, maybe $5,000, sometimes $10,000. And being a salesman, I got to push up the price as much as I can. But I get 20% of that sale. So for instance, if I sell a car and I hike up the price for 10 grand, I'll get $2,000 on that one sale. If I sell a car and I hike up the price for 5 grand, I'll get $1,000 on that sale. So it makes sense to me. Shit, it's basic hustle. You feel me? Basic hustle. If you got to do what you got to do in order to get the sale that you want. The reason I went with Toyota is because I live in California, and I looked up the top 10 vehicles that were sold in California. Honda had 3 on the top 10. Toyota had 3 on the top 10, but Toyota's numbers outweighed Honda's numbers. So I decided to go with Toyota. It's convenient because it's not far from my house, so I won't have to, it'll definitely cut my transportation budget, and the one that I currently use to get to work, it'll cut that, and it's 1 less hour per day. So it's straight 8 hours. 8 hours, you take a break whenever you want to. It's a lot of downtime, so I'll be doing a lot of reading. I'll probably be recording videos for y'all. I'll be doing a lot of stuff, posting on my blog. Hit that blog, Quo-Vadis Gates motherfucking blog around this bitch. And it's just a great situation for me. It'll actually help me do what I want to do with my life. And what I mean by that is, it's great commissions if you're selling anything. Shit, you can go a whole month and not sell anything, and you'll be fucked for the month. But I got a savings to, piggyback me that month. Or you can go a whole month and sell you sell 10 cars at a 20% commission per car, and you hiked up all the price. You hiked up 5 of them. Let's say you sell 10 cars, you hiked up 5 of them by 5,000. You hiked up the other 5 by 10,000. You fuck around made 10,000 off the 5 for 10 grand, and you made 5,000 off the 5 for 5 grand. So you get a check for 15 G's. Shit. I take a bad month if I'm getting a check for 15 G's. I was talking to a guy at Mercedes-Benz. Still told me his best month he got a check for 30,000. I said, what the fuck are you still doing here? Because if I got a check for 30,000, I'ma fuck around and hire me one of these college kids. Me and that college kid gonna be making these apps. I'm gonna put them on an hourly rate, or maybe like a little contract basis where we can sit down and make some apps. I'll fuck around and start a car lot on my own so that I can have the cars on the downtime. We'll be sitting there making apps and making websites and uploading videos, giving you guys what you need. You feel me? Motivating the people and trying to pull a dollar back, baby. And I was just in Toyota. This dude got a badass fucking stutter. He sound like a motherfucking remix, like some crazy shit. This dude had a check for 9 G's. I'm like, with your stutter, if I was buying a car, it'd be hard to work with you, bro. So, from those, I've also heard some bad stories, like shit, motherfuckers like, man, I made $1,000 last month. And I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna do with $1,000? But thinking about that, I'm also gonna supplement my income with Uber. So I'm gonna drive Uber on just when I have downtime, probably, and I'll go out every day with a goal financially and also an hourly goal. So try to reach the financial goal first. If I don't, then go for the hourly goal, and then after that, my day will be over. I'm gonna drive Ariel's car because I don't feel as though it's too smart to invest your money into a vehicle if that vehicle isn't bringing in any revenue. I'll buy a car if this Uber shit is really working. If Uber's popping, like I hear that it is, then shit, I'm going out and buy a car because it makes sense now, because I won't be paying every month for something that's not putting money back into my pocket. And that's how I feel about cars a lot of times. So I usually buy my cars used because I just want to give you your 5-6 G's, your 2 G's, 3 G's, whatever I got to pay for the car, and get you out of my hair so I won't have to worry about it in the future. Because what happens with cars is that people buy these $30,000, $40,000 cars and they paying for them 5-6 years down the road. And then once they're done with them, they don't even like the fucking vehicle. And they spending 40 hours a week to pay for the car. You fuck around, you spending more time paying for the car than you are driving the fucking car. And if the car ain't putting money back in your pocket, I think it's a liability. I don't think it's a good investment. Good investments are investments that's actually gonna pull some paper back in. If it ain't pulling paper back in, it's kind of not a good investment. Other than if you're making so much that the investment that you have to put into a car doesn't bother you, then I will agree with it. But I feel like shit, in this billionaire run for me, if you're not motherfucking providing or helping the situation, then you need to be in the situation, straight up. And that goes to every motherfucking car out there. Alright? So, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna supplement it with Uber just to make sure I can, pay my bills and keep my savings how it is, and keep stacking my little bread and not letting nobody know what's in there so that nobody will be motherfucking having their hands out. And I got plans, y'all. I gotta buy a piece of real estate in a year and a half, baby. I gotta buy a 3-flat back in Chicago. I'm gonna fly back to Chicago, buy me some real estate, move me some tenants in that real estate, have my mother managing the property, grabbing that rent every month. And that's a great investment, because guess what? Every month, people are gonna be paying their rent, and every month I'm gonna be collecting on that rent. What the people will be helping me do is pay for the building itself. Every month they pay their rent, I'll be paying my mortgage with their rent money. The other tenant, what that tenant will be helping me do is stack some money to save. So every month that tenant pays, the second tenant pays their rent. I'm gonna be putting that away so I can save it, so I can buy another property. So I'm getting equity with one tenant, and then I'm getting a savings so that I can work on my next project with the next tenant. And then I told y'all 3 flex. So that third tenant, guess what they're gonna be doing? They're gonna be putting money in Corvades' pocket. So every month that Corvades need a little money, he can just reach into this motherfucking rent payer's pockets and say, run me my money. Most people get up every day and they go to work to get money to pay the rent in the spot that they stay in. So basically you're working every day to pay this landlord. God damn. Life could be beautiful. And that's what I need it to be. So I don't need to be making flimsy investments like in cars and shit like that. That's hell no. So that's what I'm doing. That's how my life is going right now. And I'm actually really happy about it. I'm happy about it. I'm excited. I know that I can have good months. I can have bad months. I'm not worried about that. I'm a hustler, baby. I need to hustle. And this opportunity makes me a better salesman. I'm gonna have to work on my selling ability every day, which will help because in the mainstream of things, in my life, I want to be an entrepreneur. And as an entrepreneur, either you're making product and putting it out to the people, or you're selling product to the people, or you're advertising product to the people. You got to be doing something with the people. Either way it go, you have to have great presentation. Great presentation, you have to explain your product well. You have to know your product, which is all sales. Selling ability is a superpower. Shit, I'm about to be so good. I'm gonna be fuck around selling motherfucking water to whales out here, baby. Shout out Jay-Z for that line. And shout out everybody who follow me on Instagram. Everybody who's my friend on Facebook. Everyone who follows me on Twitter. If y'all seen, and speaking of y'all, if y'all seen my last video, or 2 videos, or I'm not sure how many videos, they've been like motivational compilation videos. And those are for y'all. The reason I'm giving y'all those is because when I told y'all my life sucked, every day, every morning, I woke up and I listened to a motivation compilation video. I listened to something motivational. I listened to Les Brown. I listened to Jim Ryan. I listened to everybody who had great things to say. Motherfucking Eric Thomas. They beast out here. I listened to them and they got my mind right. So once they got my mind right, I started planning things the way that I needed them to be. And stopped complaining about the shit that I didn't like. Especially if I wasn't slave to the shit. Like, I don't need that job. I'm fine. If I leave today, I'll be good for a little while, you know? Of course, I'll have to find a way to get some more money in my pocket, but I'll be good for a little while. So I feel like, fuck that. Fuck that place. Hell no, that place can replace me. And if I fuck up, they will replace me. So guess what? Rather than them replacing me, I'm replacing them. Y'all know my saying. I don't want to say fuck them, but fuck them. Straight up. And that's just how it is. When you have a job, you sell your time to this place. You sell your time and your ability to this place. Now, I'm going to sell my time and my ability to somebody else. Just that simple. Have a good fucking day, y'all. If y'all want me to talk about anything else, let me know. Next video will be, what are you working for? I'll take time. I'll take time and talk about what you working for. Like, really, you got to realize what the fuck you working for. Some people, they get their check and they spend it on things. The things that you spend it on is the things that you worked for. You're trading your time for some bullshit most of the time. Tune in next time, motherfucker. Make sure you subscribe. If you don't subscribe, then get the hell away from my channel. And that's the nicest way I can say it. Everybody else, you guys have a great day.